Good morning again, friends. With the first of the great O antiphons in mind, we come to the point where we are completing this morning the book of Baruch. We don't have a whole lot left. We are late in chapter 6 of Baruch, which is the letter of Jeremiah. And so it's fitting that we remember in the background the prophet Jeremiah as we come to the conclusion of Baruch. Here's the big picture. We'll zoom in on the letter of Jeremiah here. We are roughly halfway through chapter 6, the letter of Jeremiah. There are clear connections to the book of Jeremiah. There's good reason for that. Remember, Baruch was Jeremiah's scribe. Baruch was the one who probably actually wrote Jeremiah at the dictation of the prophet. Baruch's name is mentioned in that book. Baruch and Jeremiah are deeply connected one to another. This letter of Jeremiah focuses heavily on showing the worthlessness of idols and calling for allegiance to the God of Israel. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Mom. Good morning to you all who join us at any point. We'll be resuming at verse 33 of chapter 6 and going through the final verse, which is verse 72, as you see on the screen at this moment. Verses 33 through 72. So no timer. We're just going to read. From the left-hand column, the Common English Bible, that's what I'll be reading. The right-hand column has the text as found in the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition. Chapter 6, verses 33 through 72. Now, the sip of coffee and let's read. Let's bring Baruch to completion. Whether one treats them badly or well, the gods aren't able to repay in kind. They aren't able to install or remove a ruler. They can't give either wealth or money. If someone makes a solemn promise and doesn't keep it, they can't enforce it. They can't save a person from death or rescue a weak person from a strong one. They can't restore sight to the blind or rescue a person in an emergency. They can't show mercy to a widow, nor can they do any good for an orphan. These wooden things covered in gold and silver are like stones from a mountain. Their servants will be humiliated. So, why should anyone consider or call them gods? In addition, even the Chaldeans dishonor them. When they see a person who is unable to speak, they bring out Bel and expect Bel to make a sound as if he were able to understand. Even after observing this, the Chaldeans themselves are unable to abandon the idols because they have no sense. The women with cords wrapped around them sit along the streets and burn corn husks as incense. When one of these women is dragged away by someone to have sex, she makes fun of the one nearest her by saying that the other woman wasn't as worthy as she, nor has the woman's cord been broken. Everything that is done for the gods is phony. So why should anyone consider or call them gods? Carpenters and goldsmiths make them. They can be only what these designers want them to be. Their creators won't live long themselves, so how can the things they have made be gods? The designers leave behind something fake and disgraceful for those who come after them. When war or disaster, excuse me, when war or disasters come, the priests consult with each other about where they may hide along with the idols. So, how can one not grasp that they aren't gods? They can't save themselves from war or other disasters. After such events as this, the idols made of wood and covered in gold and silver will be recognized as fake. It will be clear to the nations and to the rulers that they aren't gods, but human creations. There's nothing divine about them. Who then doesn't realize that they aren't gods? They could never raise up a ruler over a country or provide rain for people. They can't render a verdict in their own cases, nor can they save those falsely accused, because the idols are powerless. They are like crows between the sky and the earth. When a fire breaks out in the home of their wooden gods covered in gold and silver, the priests will run and save themselves, but the gods will be destroyed like the supporting beams. The idols can't stand up against kings or enemies in war. So why should anyone consider or call them gods? The wooden gods covered in gold and silver can't be saved from thieves and robbers. Who will take away the gold, silver, and clothing that the idols wear? They won't be able to protect themselves. It's better to be a ruler who has courage, or a household utensil that the owner can actually use than to be fake gods. The door of a house which keeps safe the things that are in it is better than fake gods. A wooden column in a palace is better than these fake gods. The sun, moon, and stars are bright, and they willingly obey when given an order. Also, lightning is widely seen when it flashes and draws attention. The wind also blows in every land. When God commands the clouds to move across the whole world, they carry out the order. When the fire is sent out from above to destroy mountains and forests, it accomplishes what it is ordered to do. But the idols can't be compared with such forces of nature in appearance or ability. There's no reason at all to believe in them or call them gods. They aren't able to judge anyone's case or do good for anyone. Since you know they aren't gods, don't be afraid of them. They can't curse or bless rulers. They can't show signs in the sky among the nations or shine like the sun or give light like the moon. The animals are better off than the idols, for they are able to run for shelter and help themselves. It is obvious to us that idols aren't gods, so don't be afraid of them. As a scarecrow in a cucumber field offers no protection, so do their wooden gods covered in gold and silver. In the same way, their wooden gods covered in gold and silver could be compared to a briar patch where every bird perches, or to a dead body thrown out into the darkness from the purple cloth. And the marble that decays and crumbles on them, you will know that they aren't gods. Later, they themselves will be devoured, and it will be a disgrace in the land. So it is better to be a righteous person without idols. That person will be far removed from disgrace. And with that, friends, we have come to the conclusion of another book. Baruch and the letter of Jeremiah are now complete. Blessings to you. Peace be with you. And we'll see together tonight what we'll be reading next in this slot now vacated by the completion of the book of Baruch.